Hi everybody, it's Spring with Soaps and Suds and such. And what do I have here? Well, I've been working on several recipes. I'm always working on a recipe, it seems like, but whether it be in my head or on paper or on the computer. But I had plenty of people wanting me to share my soap dough recipe. Well, this is my original soap dough recipe. This is the one that I have showed on YouTube making flowers with. This is also my piping recipe that I use for piping my flowers. This recipe, as I've done told, I will not give out. I worked hard to get this recipe, countless hours. But I told, like I mentioned, and told several people in groups or on YouTube via messages from my channel or comments. I have been working on more soap dough recipes. Now, I am actually, I wasn't going to do it now, but I worked on a couple last night, and I did tweak them because I wasn't happy with what I, thought I was going to come out with. So, with that being said, this is my original, and as you can see, I've got it wrapped tight. That is wrapped in several layers of, that's just cling wrap. But I have tried all kinds of things. And this soap will be going into a container and being sealed up, where I will leave it for many hours. But what I'm going to be doing today is I have two recipes that I made myself, and we're going to find out if they work good for soap dough. And if they do work, well enough that I think or I like, then I will be giving one recipe out on a YouTube video. Probably this video, maybe. I'm not sure. We'll see how it comes out. If they don't work out the way I want them to, then I won't be giving out one of those recipes. But if they come, really close to what I like, or what I like them the way I like them. I'm just like that. But if they do, if one of them does, then I will give out a recipe for soap dough on YouTube. And that I hope will help other soap makers. I love to make my own recipes. I don't like to use everyone else's. And, I've found that even going by, some people will ask for like your, the quality numbers on a soap calc or something like that. You can't, in my opinion, from what I've dealt with in a lot of soap, you can't always go by that. Because one may have numbers and then another one may work the same and have totally different numbers. That's just in my, my experience. But with that being said, I'm going to get my oils ready, get my lye water, solution ready, and we're going to make some soap and hope for the best. So keep your fingers crossed. Okay, I've got my oils in this container, my lye solution in this one, and I'm only doing a pound because, like I said, this is recipes I've been working with to try to get them where I want them. So I haven't given up on these recipes yet. So we're going to pour in our lye solution like so. Let it all drain in there so it all will even out. Okay, now I'm going to get ready to blend this. Okay, now I'm going to get ready and pour this into separate containers where I will go ahead and color it. After I get it colored in these separate containers, I will bring you back in order to pour it into the molds I'm going to be putting it into. Okay, here's our colors. We've got orange, yellow, we've got this green, then we've got a little bit different color green back here, and then we've got the neon green. Now I'm going to start putting these in the mold. Let me get that ready and I'll bring you back. Okay, we've got our mold, and I'm just going to simply scoop it into the mold best I can and try to hurry because I do want to get this covered, wrapped, whatever you want to call it, secured really tight in some saran wrap and inside of a nice container. I like to really make sure I hold the moisture in. Don't want a whole lot of the moisture escaping, is my opinion now. Some other people might do it differently. I don't know. This is just my preference on how to do it. And, you know, I've heard a lot of people talking about soap calc. And yeah, if you're new to soap making, you should use a soap calculator, a lye calculator. Now, did everybody always use one? Of course not. Just like we didn't always have food grade lye. You know, used to people would use like the drain cleaners, and before that, you know, you make your own lye using like hardwood. So, but now we are lucky enough to have the luxury of the internet to help us along with our lye calculators and such as that. My husband told me eventually he's going to make me a, he called it something and I can't remember what it was, but in other words, make my own lye. So I look forward to that. And one of these had a hole in it. Trying to figure out which one it was. That one. Okay, I've got to find me another spoon and I'll bring you back. Okay. And you can do your colors any way you want to. Me, I just play with them. Sometimes I do them plain, like I did with some of those, and sometimes I don't. And I wanted just a hair more of that green in there. Let's see. Okay. Now we're down to yellow and orange. Okay, and like I said, this one's got a hole in it. Now, I think I did put it in it the last time, though, to be honest with you. But I'm going to let it go this time. I'll bring you back. I'm going to get another mold. Okay, I got me another mold. Start filling. And I'm hoping that one of these recipes will add up to either better or at least the same or near the recipe that I've already formulated. And I'm not going to waste any of this. I'm going to scrape every last bit of it out and put it in another one. And then to keep up with each one, I will actually put a tape of paper on the outside. Plus, I write down what colors went with what recipe and what mold they went into. Or in this case, is going to have, this one's probably, I'm going to have to put part of the next recipe in. So that means I really have to label it good and write down, you know, the distinctions of what's what. Okay, I'll bring you back when I get ready to do the next recipe. I'm going to go ahead and wrap these, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap this in saran wrap, wrap the other one in saran wrap, and I will wrap it tight, and then I will put it into a closed container, and that's where it's going to sit. So I'll bring you back when I get ready to do the next one.